Thanks to Kohls for sponsoring this video.
Now all I need is you. All I need is you.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are finally starting to tackle our little hall bathroom right by the front door. And as you can see, we have really not done much to this space at all other than just like a few little decor pieces we've stuck in here since moving in. This bathroom has a lot of things that we are going to be changing. First, we are going to start painting the walls. This wall color is like a really dark, bold teal color. I feel like on camera right now, it's showing up way lighter than it actually is in person, but we are going to do that. We also don't have the best lighting in here, so we are going to be switching out the light fixtures and also like painting the room with a mirror just to make it a little bit more budget friendly. And then one of the big things that we're going to be doing is in this little cove right here, we are actually going to be adding in some new DIY wood shelves and styling that with a ton of new decor that I got. So we have a lot to get done. I feel like this transformation is going to be maybe one of my favorites just because the space kind of drives me nuts, like how dark it is in here and how not our style is. So I'm really excited to see how everything turns out. But as usual, we do have a lot to get done, so let's go ahead and get into it.
I wanna hear you say that you only want me.
I got a feeling it's the moment my life's gonna start. I got the feeling when the windows roll down in the car. I got the feeling if I wanna fly, I know that I could. I got a feeling it's all feeling good. I got a feeling it's all feeling good. The sun will show the way. I know the road to take.
Thank goodness we have this light because this has to go off. This would be crazy dark if we didn't have Kyle's little like portable light with us.
Above the ceiling, higher than the stars, push through the sky. My heart is beating faster when I got you right by my side. I got a feeling if we wanna run forever, we could. I got a feeling it's all feeling good.
So as you can see, we are starting out by taking the light down first because we are going to be replacing this light for something that allows for a bit more light to actually shine through the fixture. And the reason we wanted to not only take down the other light, but actually put the new one up before painting is because we knew there were going to be some spots that you'll see here in a minute that actually don't get covered up by the new light fixture. And so we wanted to definitely make sure that we painted over those first. And the reason that we put the new light fixture up first before painting is, of course, because we needed a light in the space, and this is the only light that we have in the entire bathroom. We don't have like any ceiling lights or anything, so that's why we went ahead and did it this way. And as you can see, we are kind of like scraping some stuff off of our walls. And that's because about a month ago, we actually went through and had our whole entire house sealed for scorpions. That just means like they went through and like caulked all the different holes and openings in the walls, whether it was from light fixtures or vents or outlet covers or whatever. They went ahead through and caulked all of those areas throughout our homes because scorpions can definitely get into some tight spaces. And so unfortunately, we didn't think to tell them don't bother with this one bathroom yet because we were obviously still planning on this makeover. And so we just had to kind of like go through and undo all their work. And now we'll have to go back and like recaulk this like fixture to make sure that everything is all sealed. But anyway, that's what we were doing right there. It wasn't a huge deal. It just added a little bit onto the process. Oh, gross.
Isn't that nasty?
You can see like all the little
It's
dust.
so gross on there.
Yeah.
Rivers to oceans, an echo and sound. The light is calling on you. A screaming devotion, it's skill lost and found. We got some living to do. Never gonna give it up, never gonna let you go. It's all been waiting for you.
Okay, so we have finally that light fixture put up. It is going to have like glass canister kind of things around it. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. And we also are going to paint the edging of the mirror, the existing mirror that we had, so we don't have to get a new mirror. And then I'm going to try something. I don't know if it'll work or not, but basically we are just going to take this little towel bar that we already have off, and then I'm going to see if I can kind of like scuff sand it and spray paint it, just a matte black to match like the new faucet and things like that. If not, then we might have to get a new towel bar, but fingers crossed this will work. So that's just what Kyle's doing now, is going ahead and taking it off for me, and then that way I can start prepping and painting and all that good stuff. So Kyle just ran to go pick up a few things from the store that we forgot that we needed to paint. So while I have a few minutes before starting to paint, I figured I would go ahead and show you guys a few of the really fun things that I picked up from Kohl's. I got a lot of like home and decor items to fill up the bathroom once we are all done with like the base of like painting, adding the shelves, all that fun stuff. Then we get into the actual fun stuff of like decorating in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys over and show you a few of those items. They are so cute. So I have been shopping at Kohl's for years and years and years, so I am beyond excited to be teaming up with Kohl's today. One thing that I love about Kohl's is that they always have such a great variety of home decor, which you will see in just a second. So you'll see, like, as I kind of go throughout everything I picked up, I did get a lot, so I'm not going to be using all of this in the bathroom, but we have a lot of makeovers coming up that I know we're going to end up using some of these items for. So I just went ahead and picked up everything because Kohl's was having a really good sale. Also, you'll kind of notice that I got a lot of things with texture and a lot of different sizes and shapes, just to add a little bit of dimension and kind of interest into the shelving area. So right here, I got this matte black watering can. I got a candle. They have such amazing scented candles. And I also got this. This is cool because it's actually a pot, but you can also just use it kind of like more as a vase. These are so cool. It's like an aged golden color. I also got this. This is going to look really pretty. Like you could add some foliage in there or a live plant. And I also got this tray, and I loved the unique detail of the leather handle. As you can see, I got several of like these little varying sizes, like vases and pots. This little basin is on a little pedestal. I also got some more greenery. And then this piece right here is pretty large. This is going to either go above the toilet or on the back wall of the bathroom. I don't know if it's rice paper, but it's super unique and super simple and pretty. Then I got this picture, and I love that it has like the glass right there, this cute design in the middle. I just felt like this was super simple and it would be like the perfect piece for layering. Then I saw these little flowers, and I thought this was the perfect pop of color in there. And I got this little stone container. That way I can keep things like band-aids or cotton swabs, things like that. And then I got this cute detailed candle. You can see it looks like flowers were pressed into it. So beautiful. Then I picked up this other vase, and this has some beautiful detailing on the bottom. It kind of looks like clay, the same as this one right here with the handle. I picked up this beautiful circle tray. This is another item that's really pretty to put in shelves. It's beautiful for layering because it is like very thin, and I love that it is circle because, as you can see, like a lot of the items are going to be square. Then this I thought was so cute. It actually comes as a set of 3 glass, so it's see-through, but you can see like the wood detailing on the outside, and it has those pressed stems in there. I also got a black vase just to kind of darken the space a little bit because we do have a lot of lighter items in here. These are so beautiful. This is another one. It's a set of 2, and it just has like those arches. You guys know we love the arches. They're so pretty. So this will be a perfect layering piece in there as well. Then I grabbed these 2 hand towels just to kind of switch out in there. And then I also grabbed this basket. This is going to go above the toilet, and I love like the wicker baskets. I feel like those are so pretty and add a lot of texture and interest. I got another vase right here, and then this is a really good size one. This you could add greenery or flowers or just leave it as it is. It's just such a beautiful piece. And then last but not least, I actually did get these dried florals. I feel like those were so beautiful. I could lay them down, I could set them in something, but they are going to add a lot of interest and greenery as well. So I ordered a majority of these decor pieces online and just picked up in store, and then the rest I had shipped right to our house. And I believe everything I got was on sale, so as usual, I was able to get a good deal on everything. And I will have all of these items linked down below if anything caught your eye. And I'll also have the Kohl's website linked down below so you can shop Kohl's today for all of your home decor needs. And of course, they do have even more in store and online at Kohls.com. So I decided to paint all of the walls this alabaster color, which is like a very light off-white color. It's actually the same color that we'd used in all of the boys' bedrooms. As it is on its own, it's a little bit stark, but once you start adding in like some warm tones, like some warm wood tones, or once you add in like some dark contrasting pieces, it really just livens up the space. And I feel like it is just such a perfect, simple, and versatile base color. And a big reason that I went with this versus the pale oak color that we have throughout the rest of our home is because, like I had mentioned a few times, we just do not have good lighting in this bathroom at all. We have 0 windows, so that means we don't have a lot of good natural light. And we also only have the one small vanity light, like we don't have any can lights up top, and it's also a very small enclosed space. And so for those reasons, I wanted to do everything I could to make sure that the base was as light as I could make it, and that way it kind of bounces the existing light off the walls, and it just makes the space feel larger and more open. So that's a good tip for you if you have like a really small room that you're trying to maximize the feeling and make it feel a little bit larger. Go with some off-white walls. You will be amazed in the difference in how bright and open and large it feels. In here is so harsh right now because it's like the super bright light from the new light fixture, then we have this dark paint, we have a light that we are like starting to edge out, but it's just like such tight quarters that every little thing is like a pain. So I just keep reminding myself it's going to be worth it, and we are making some progress. I'm waiting for Kyle to get back. He went to go get some plastic to cover like the toilet and the vanity, and then I also need his really tall ladder so that I can go ahead and get like up there because I don't have a vanity or anything to stand on over there. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're continuing on, just reminding myself it will be worth it.
Clear, hearts are full, breaking through impossible.
Okay, so I'll turn you around and kind of give you an overview, but I do have every area like edged out. I have the outlets, all the trim, everything. So now we are finally going to start rolling the paint, which always feels like that's the part that goes the fastest. Like that's where you start really seeing things. But I do have to say, it does feel so much brighter in here. We don't even have most of the wall painted, but just like the little bits that we have, it's already just making such a big difference. So I really cannot wait to get like that first coat on. Hopefully we're only going to have to do 2 coats. Fingers crossed. If not, I think we'll get away with 3. So 2 or 3 coats and we should be good to continue on with the rest of the project.
You give me that good vibe all night. You get me so high, so high. You give me that good vibe, alright. You got that good vibe. You give me that good vibe all night. You get me so
Also, another thing that I want to point out is it really does make such a big difference what type of paint you use. We have used all different kinds, and especially growing up, I used to help my dad paint houses all the time, and it can make the difference of using 1 or 2 coats to paint a wall or having to use like 5 or 6 coats. So make sure that you are getting a good paint and primer. I feel like nowadays you can find really good paint and primers where you actually can totally omit using the step of priming your walls. And also typically if you can find a thicker paint, it is going to give you such better coverage. It can help you avoid doing so many extra coats of paint. Growing up with my dad, I feel like he always opted for the cheapest paint just because he was having to paint so many houses at a time. And so it kind of made more sense for him to go for the cheapest paint. But a lot of times it's going to cost you a lot more time. And in the end, I feel like it will end up costing you a lot more paint just because you do have to do those other coats. So definitely something to not overlook whenever you are doing a makeover, specifically when you have to paint a large space. All right, we have first full coat on everything. You can definitely see like we for sure will need a second coat, possibly a third, but this paint actually dries really fast. The first wall is like completely dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start slapping up another coat, see where we're at, and hopefully we won't have to do a third, but it is amazingly like so much more bright in here. I cannot believe the impact it's making. Like I knew it would be a big change and I was hoping it would brighten the space up a lot, but I honestly wasn't even expecting it like to be this bright. So this is amazing.
Looking for a lifeline. I've seen enough trouble for a lifetime. Dancing with the devil in the nighttime. I had these dreams running through my head. It was so hard, scraping up my knees in the schoolyard, hoping one day we would go far, till we can finally pass the test. Climb my way to the top and I never look down. Never look down. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. Find my way to the top and I never look down. Yeah, you can't stop me now. Only friend I had was my headphones. But things got heavy, never let go. And now I'm 7 levels higher. They say, kid, you gotta roll with the punches. Go and let them talk, let them judge you. But keep your feet to the fire. Climb my way to the top and I never look down. Never look down. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now.
All right, I finally have the entire bathroom painted. It did end up taking about 3 coats because it was like a very glossy paint, and because it was so dark, I'm honestly like not even bothered that it took 3 coats, because up in our boys' bedrooms, if you guys remember when we painted those, that took like multiple coats of primer, multiple coats of paint. It was a whole long thing. So we have it all done. I love it. I will say it is very stark. I'm gonna turn you around, but I am gonna go ahead and paint the rim of the mirror. Kyle will go ahead and add on the rest of the light pendant. That might be all we have time for today just because things take so long. But once we have all that done, probably tomorrow or the next day, we are going to start on the shelves and the decor and all the extra fun stuff. So we have like our good base coat going. Now we just have to continue on, I guess. There's still a lot more to get done, but it's looking so good. And I'm so incredibly impressed with like how much brighter it is in here. It's like a world of difference.
I got a fire in me, you're gonna set to burn. And we got a world to see, and all the time to learn. Oh, let's set out on our road. We'll see how far we can go.
Okay, so the color that I'm going to be painting the mirror is the same color that is painted on our built-ins and also on mine and Kyle's accent wall. It's Evergreen Fog, and it's like this neutral light green color. I feel like it'll add a lot of color and pop into the bathroom, and I think it's just gonna look super, super pretty. So I'm hoping this will work, because if not, then I just ruined our mirror. So fingers crossed, wish me luck. So this is something I tell you guys all the time during makeovers, but always look around your own house first, shop your home before going to the stores, because a lot of times you are able to reuse things. And some of my favorite pieces that we've used throughout our home have been items that we flipped. So for example, I would have had to spend all of this money on a new mirror, when instead I was able to allocate that money towards new decor, things like that, all because I took some paint we already had with a mirror we already had. I painted the rim, and it just gives a totally new vibe, and it fits the space so much better.
We got a world to see. Now it's our turn.
All right, we have the first coat on. I'm definitely gonna need a second coat, but I'm already loving it so much. And I feel like with the off-white backdrop and then like the warmth of the wood shelves that we're gonna add in and all the beautiful decor, it's just going to tie in really well together. I love it.
Let's set out on our road. We'll see how far we can go.
I think it's like 100 degrees out today, or somewhere around there, like 90 something, 100. So I'm sure that this has already dried. I'm gonna check it. Yeah. It's totally dried. It's been like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the second coat on it. But Kyle came out real quick. He loves it. He was like, oh my gosh, I would not believe that was the same mirror if I didn't just see it. Like, it's just totally transformed. So I'm hoping that once I peel the tape off, everything will be good. It's incredible.
Sunset burning on the golden shore. Never seen a view like this before. The stars, they shine like diamonds in your eyes. Black dress on you got me hypnotized. I keep feeling away, I keep feeling away, I keep feeling away about you. No, I can't look away, no, I can't look away, no, I can't look away, 'cause I need you. My heart keeps beating like an island drum, 'cause you're my only one. You make me feel so good. Feel so good. You make me feel so good. Feel so good.
Just to go ahead and get a quick head start on it, I am going to go ahead and rough it up with some sandpaper and then spray it with some matte black spray paint. And I'm hoping that that will work, because I do really like this towel bar and we already have it, so you might as well reuse it. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do now. Then while this is drying, we will take the mirror in and hang it up inside.
Neon shining on the boulevard.
A quick note on spray painting hardware: if you are going this route, make sure to check on the spray paint that it is a paint and primer, because that always will help it stick a little bit better. And then also on the spray paint can, it will tell you like what different materials it can adhere to. So this one I believe will adhere to metal, wood, plastic, all the different things. But you guys know I always am trying to spray paint things. I feel like it just totally transforms these pieces. And as you'll see, it really gives a different vibe just spray painting them. And again, we save some money there, not having to buy new hardware just to match the new style.
Feel so good. You make me feel so good. Feel so good.
Whenever you are doing a makeover, it's always about those little details. Of course, painting the walls is definitely going to make a big impact, But if we had just painted the walls and kind of left everything the same, it would not be a room that really drew you into it. So it really is all about those small details. For example, the new color on the mirror that we added, it's not a big thing, but it's just a small touch that really made a big difference. Painting the new hardware, and then of course adding all of that beautiful textured decor that I got from Kohl's. Those are all those little details that are going to end up pulling together and just making the space cohesive and so, so beautiful. So when you're making over a space, never underestimate those small changes.
Feel so good. You make me feel so good.
Alright, so it is a new day and the bathroom is now painted. It is just like a beautiful blank slate. We have our off-white walls. We have the mirror nice and painted, that really neutral soft green. We have some of the hardware painted or changed out. Of course, the new light fixture. And now today we are going to be focusing on all of those details. So we're really going to be working on making some DIY shelves to go in this little cove area right here. And then we're also going to be changing out the faucet, adding some decor on the wall. And then once we get all of that done, we are going to be styling all the shelves and just making this bathroom come together. It is definitely falling on the stark side right now just because the walls are like really close to white, and then we have the white vanity and everything. But once we add the wood shelves in and all the beautiful decor that we got from Kohl's, it is just going to liven up this space, make it really inviting and cozy, and I cannot wait to see the final product.
Stones we carry, clothes we live.
So the DIY shelves are definitely going to be the thing that takes the longest. So we are going to head outside, start cutting those, sanding them down and staining them, and then we're gonna let those sit there and let the stain dry while we continue working on the bathroom. And then once those are all dry, we will put them into the little cove.
Taking the high road. Lay beside me, wake the morning, ever after, day reborn in no. We're taking the high road. I'm setting the sun, I'm ready to run, I'm walking a tightrope. I give you the fall, spring, singing a song, we're taking the high road. We're taking the high road. We're finally awakened, we're taking the high road.
Should have brought it a little closer, like I said. I don't mean to say I told you so, but
Yes, you do.
I definitely told you so.
Rest tomorrow, the ways unfolding. Oh, we're taking the high road. We're finally awakened, we're taking the high road. I'm setting the sun, I'm ready to run, I'm walking a tightrope. I give you the fall, spring, singing a song, we're taking the high road. We're taking the high road. We're finally awakened, we're taking the high road.
Kyle is busy cutting all of the wood pieces, and I was just kind of like looking at this area and thinking it's still like not gonna have enough color over here, especially because you guys know I love to decorate with like a lot of neutrals, but I feel like we need to add like this little green color in here just to kind of tie it together and add a little color and interest over here, and also help like the wood tones and the whites that I'm gonna decorate with kind of pop and stand out a little more. I've been kind of like toying with the idea and like going back and forth and kind of like been chatting and all this stuff, but I I think now we have decided we're actually just going to paint the cove the evergreen fog color and still stain the wood like a little bit darker color. So it's still not going to be like a dark wood, but I feel like that's going to make everything pop. And then like the white and wooden and rattan and wicker decor that's really like earthy and neutral will still kind of like pop up against the green background. So I was not planning on painting today, but we're going to end up having to paint this cove. I think it'll be a labor of love, but I feel like it'll just really make this space a lot nicer. So that's going to be the next step, and Kyle is just continuing to cut the wood, resize it, and make sure that everything is like going to fit nice and flush. So now that we've moved into our backyard, I'm just starting to paint the brackets and also stain the wood. Now my goal with painting the brackets the same color as the cove is going to be is so that once I add that beautiful decor we have, it is really just going to put a focus on the shelves and the decor, and those brackets are just going to kind of melt into the background. They're really not going to be a focus, and they'll not quite look like floating shelves, but kind of, because your eyes really are just going to be drawn to the wood shelves and all of the textured decor. So stay tuned as we continue on, because you're going to see the brackets kind of stand out right at first, and once we start adding in that decor, you're going to see those brackets just kind of fade away into the background, and you're really not going to notice them so much.
I'm shining bright, smiling like I got summertime, won't stop now. The vibe is right, couldn't stop it if I wanted to. Jump in, we get rolling, we just keep it going. Feels so good, overflowing. You can't find me in the deep end.
All right, we have all of the stain on all of the shelves. I love the color, it's so beautiful. Next, I just need to do like the final coat on these shelves. So I did kind of like a rough coat. That's all I need to do. These are honestly like pretty much dry. So by the time I get these done, those should be dry. We can start fitting them, and then I can start painting.
Catch my wave, you better keep up. Catch my wave, you better keep up. Come on, let me tell you now. Catch my wave, you better keep up. Catch my wave, you better keep up. I keep on rolling, I keep on rolling, I keep on rolling, rolling.
So here we are just putting the shelves up on the wall before we're painting, and that way the anchors are all going to be in place, and then I can go ahead and just paint everything afterwards, and that way we're not actually marking up the walls, because this whole process was not very difficult, but getting them placed the right way definitely left a few marks on the wall, and so that would have been a frustrating thing if I had just freshly painted that space. So I feel like we went a little bit backwards in the space, but we just kind of played it by ear and ended up working out so well. So anyway, if you're watching and just being like, why in the world are they putting the shelves up without painting? That's why we're just kind of getting everything marked out and put in place, and then we can take the shelves down, paint the wall, and then once the paint is dry, we can just screw the shelves right back in, and we know exactly where they're going to fit. All right, just like any other makeover, everything takes so much longer than you expect it to. So it is like late afternoon by now, and we're still not done with the shelves, but it's all gonna be worth it once we're done. So all I'm going to do now is go ahead and tape this off. I think I'm gonna do like the full cove, so I think I'm just gonna do a tape line before the wall kind of curves, and I'll try to get that as straight as possible, and then I'll start rolling and painting in here. And then because we do have all the anchors already set up, all we're gonna have to do is just pop the shelves right in and we'll be good. Famous last words. It's gonna be so easy.
I've got clouds in my shoe. I'm gonna break gravity's rule. So when you see me, don't be shy, 'cause we're gonna dance our way to the sky. Yeah.
So if you guys have been here for a long time, you guys know I absolutely love my neutrals, and especially in our last house, we had like neutral everything, almost like too much neutral, but at the time it was all good. And in this house, I've really tried to embrace a bit more color. So I'm still leaning neutral. Like I still love a lot of neutral decor pieces. And even when I do add color, I do try to kind of have those color be based in neutral, if that makes sense. So like this green is not an in-your-face green, but it has like some grays in it, and it's just really warm and subtle. But if you're kind of like me, where you like some color, but you don't like in-your-face color, find a color that you really like, and there's always going to be a neutral tone for that color. And if you're still feeling uncomfortable with it, I would just say go for it, especially in paint. Like you can always repaint a space. When we painted our built-ins the same green color, or even painting in the Cove, I went back and forth in my mind on it just because it's not what you always typically see. And so I kind of like second guessed myself on it. And once I just made the decision and we went with it, I ended up loving them so, so much. And I would also just remind you that really nothing is permanent, especially when designing a space. You can always change things back if you don't end up liking it. But if you don't make those changes and you don't do anything outside of your comfort zone, it might be something that you would have loved that you just never gave yourself the chance to enjoy. All right, welcome to day 3. We are still working on this bathroom, but we have so much done, and we really kind of have like most of the hard work done. In just a minute, Kyle is going to go ahead and swap out our faucet for a matte black one that will kind of match more of the style of the new bathroom, and also it will match like the hardware that we've changed out, the light fixture, all that kind of stuff. And then my favorite part, we are going to start styling. So we have like a big wall piece to put up, and then we get to style these beautiful shelves with all of our beautiful new decor, and I cannot wait for that part. So let's go ahead and jump on into it.
All we have is nothing, sometimes nothing's all you need. When you're stripped of all your armor, you can finally feel the breeze. We're living in the moment. We ain't got pockets full of money, but we're rich in other things. This highway is our living room, we're swimming in the mystery.
Okay, another thing that I want to address here is I feel like whenever you see these makeovers, they always look so easy, like it was no big deal, but there are so many hiccups. Sometimes I'll share them with you guys, and sometimes we just continue on. But for example, this 1-minute clip of changing out the sink faucet actually took about 4 hours. There was just like one hiccup after the next when we were putting it in, when he was taking it out. It was just a whole long thing. So if you go into doing a makeover and you're like, man, why is my makeover always having hiccups? And all these ones that I watch on YouTube are just so simple and easy. Definitely no, it is not always the case. Like there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that you're not really seeing. So be easy on yourself and just know it'll be worth it in the end, but all the makeover hiccups are totally normal.
Sunshine.
Show you, we have the sink all set up, and it is time for the fun stuff.
Wake up.
So as I was looking over the decor pieces I had, I realized I had actually left some things in my cart, which was mostly extra greenery. So I made a last minute online order and opted for their 2-hour curbside pickup option, which was super convenient, especially because we were in the middle of a makeover. But I feel like every time I go to Kohl's, it's just always a good experience because they do have such a great selection, and the quality of their items is always really nice. And of course, they don't have just home decor, but they have of kitchen items, clothing for the entire family, all the things. I'm just giving a focus today on their home and decor items since we are in fact making over our bathroom. But I just loved how all of the decor items turned out in this space. If you have a favorite item, let me know in the comments. I feel like I've had the hardest time picking a very favorite one just because I love the colors and textures of them all. But I think if I had to pick, I would have to say either the woven circle tray or the black and wood planter, or maybe the rice paper wall decor that we hung over the toilet. They're just all super cute and I feel like they pair really, really well together. But anyway, like I mentioned earlier, I will have everything linked down below so that you can find these items easily. And I'll also have the Kohl's website linked down below for you so you can see what else they have. And a huge thank you again to Kohl's for sponsoring today's video.
Don't you want to live out your wildest dreams? 'Cause right now we've got everything that we need. No time to waste, no better place to be. 'Cause we could wander as far as the eye can see. I wanna take you with me. Where do you wanna go? Imagine the way it could be if life was an open road.
So once we had all of the decor pieces put in place, I just wanted to add those finishing touches. So I'm actually adding some Band-Aids into this little jar. And then I also added a small basket in the corner that was kind of useless space previously. And that way I was able to house some extra toilet paper for our guests to find easily. And then I also added just a few things onto the counter, not to overcrowd anything, but just to add a little interest on this side of the bathroom. And then I finished it all off with a beautiful textured white towel.
It's never too late to tear out the page. Let's make a change of plans. I wanna take you with me. Where do you wanna go? Imagine the way it could be if life was an open road. Come on and take it easy. See the whole world up close. Let's get lost in the great unknown. Yeah, I wanna take you with just as long as
So here is the before, if you can even remember this, and just wait for the after.
I wanna take you with me. Yeah, I wanna take you with me. Where do you wanna go? Imagine the places we'll see from LA to Tokyo. You come on and take it easy to see the whole world up close. Let's get lost in the, let's get lost. I wanna take you with me. Where do you wanna go? Imagine the way it could be if life was an open road. Come on and take it easy. See the whole world up close. Let's get lost in the great unknown.
Seriously, how huge of a difference this transformation has been. It is just like a completely different bathroom, and we didn't do anything crazy. Like, we didn't change out the vanity, we didn't change out the countertops. We kept things nice and budget friendly, but we made some big changes like painting the walls, and then we added all of those small subtle touches like painting the mirror, painting the hardware, changing the faucet out, and then of course adding those beautiful DIY shelves with all of the amazing Kohl's decor. And that just really tied everything came together and I was able to add in all of that greenery and all of those warm wood touches along with the pops of white. Everything just paired so beautifully, and I feel like this space really represents our style now, and it just makes us so happy every time we walk into this little hall bathroom. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope it gave you lots of ideas for your own bathrooms and your own spaces in your house. I'm so grateful that you chose to hang out with me today, and again, thanks to Kohls for sponsoring this video. And if you are not all caught up on all of the makeovers that we've done at this house, at our previous home, or at some of our friends and family's houses, I will leave our home makeover playlist right here so you can get caught up on all of those videos because there are a lot of them. But I hope you guys have the most amazing day. Do not forget to hit subscribe on your way out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.